Good morning this Wednesday, the 4th of June. I'm Grady Wolf, market analyst with Bell Direct. Wall Street closed higher on Tuesday as investors anticipate details on potential US trade deals will come to light very soon. AI stocks led the gains, with Nvidia up more than 3% at the session's end. The S&P 500 rose 0.6% on Tuesday, while the Nasdaq added 0.81%, and the Dow Jones ended the day up 0.51%. In Europe, overnight, markets closed slightly higher after the eurozone inflation reading eased to a cooler than expected forecast 1.9% in May, lower than economists were expecting of 2%. The STOXX 600 rose 0.01% yesterday. Germany's DAX added 0.64%. The French CAC climbed 0.33%, and in the UK, the FTSE 100 ended the day up 0.13%. Across the Asia region on Tuesday, the US Customs and Border Protection Agency's moves to extend a tariff pause on some Chinese goods boosted risk-on appetite and sentiment during Asian trade. This also helped the US dollar strengthen, recovering some of Monday's sharp losses against major currencies. China's CSI index rose 0.31% on Tuesday. Hong Kong's Seng climbed 1.4%. Japan's Nikkei ended the day flat, and South Korea's markets were closed for polling day. The Australian share market had its best day in a month yesterday, rising 0.6% as optimism around revived US-China trade talks boosted investor sentiment. The S&P ASX 200 gained 52.6 points to close at 8,466.7, with financials leading 9 of the 11 sectors higher. The rally followed gains on Wall Street on Monday after news that Presidents Trump and Xi will discuss tariffs this week. Investors bought into the banks on Tuesday due to the safe haven nature of such investments over the last year, while iron ore miners declined in line with a drop in iron ore futures triggered by China's manufacturing activity hitting its lowest point in over 2 years. BHP fell 0.6%, while Rio Tinto slipped 0.7% on Tuesday. IDP Education recorded the biggest loss on the market yesterday, tumbling 44.8% after warning investors that global policy uncertainty has impacted student enrolment pipeline for the company. The company also revealed it is conducting a review of its profitability and cost structure. Meanwhile, at a macro level, from July 1st this year, 2.6 million Aussie workers will benefit from a historic 3.5% minimum wage increase. The $32 weekly rise brings the national minimum wage to $24.95 per hour, or approximately $948 per week. While the wage rise is one of the largest above-inflation increases ever, it is expected to only have a little bit of an impact on inflation down under. On the commodities front this morning, oil is trading 1.38% higher at $63.38 a barrel. Gold is down 0.9% at $3,352 an ounce, and iron ore is down 0.7% at $95.30 a tonne. The Australian dollar has weakened against the greenback overnight to buy 64.67 US cents, 93.03 Japanese yen, 47.93 British pence, and 1 New Zealand dollar and 8 cents. Ahead of the midweek trading session here in Australia, the SPI futures are anticipating the ASX will open the day up 0.27%. And now let's dive into some trading ideas for your consideration today. Bell Potter has increased the 12-month price target on Aspen Group from $3.05 to $3.90 and maintained a buy rating on the real estate company following the company's successful raising of $70 million via an institutional placement, with a further $4 million to be raised via a share purchase plan at $2.90 per unit. Trading Central has also identified a bullish signal on Rural Funds Group following the formation of a pattern over a period of 30 days, which is roughly the same amount of time the share price may rise from the close of $1.79 to the range of $1.91 to $1.93 according to standard principles of technical analysis. And that's all we have time for this morning. Have a wonderful Wednesday and happy investing.